Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh. Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rechak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops at Great Millstone for teaching me this truth. It's your brother Rabbi Knapp coming out with a lesson Lord's will set upon. I'm going to start in the book of Isaiah, the 13th chapter. Start right there, man. If you don't know, this is your first time coming across an Israelite video, man. Hey, we're the children of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. We're the Israelites in the Bible, okay? If your father, you are what your father is, man. Going all the way back to Jacob, who's Israel in the Bible. As a matter of fact, let's start over there in the book of Genesis, chapter 32. And we're going to start right there. We're going to start right there. Genesis 32, in verse 24. And Jacob was left alone, and there wrestled a man with him until the breaking of the day. So Jacob, our forefather, who's the progenitor of the nation of the 12 tribes of Israel, that's who this is talking about. And when he saw that he prevailed not against him meaning this angel, he touched the hollow of his thigh, and the hollow of Jacob's thigh was out of joint as he wrestled with him. So Jacob, who later is going to be changed, his name's going to be changed to Israel, he was fighting an angel, okay? And that's who we descend from, man. We descend back to Jacob, all right? And just like now, we're fighting right now for our heritage, to keep our customs, to keep our laws, okay? We're fighting to get right with the Lord. Okay, and you gotta have that spirit, man. You gotta get back into that mindset, man. You gotta fight in these last days, man. You can't just think shit's sweet out here, man. A lot of people think shit's sweet. Shit is not sweet out here, man. All right, Genesis chapter 32 in verse 26, and he said, "Let me go, for the day breaketh." So this angel is saying, "Let me go, man." Here it is, someone in the flesh. That the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. Let me grab that. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. Hold on, I'm getting bad reception down here. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. Because there's no way in hell you can fight an angel, man. You read. There's a different account where an angel killed 185,000 people. So how was Jacob able to fight this angel? Matthew 26 and verse 41. Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. So the spirit, the angel is the spirit, man. So he's in the flesh, so the spirit is stronger than the flesh. So how was Jake, we call Jake, that's Jacob. How was Jacob able to overcome this angel, man? Okay, it had to have been by the Lord. Okay, I'm trying to think of the precept that shows you that he was fighting with the, I believe it's in Hosea. Wrestled an angel, KJV, Hosea. Hosea 12, let's grab that. Hosea 12. Let me grab that. Hosea chapter 12, I'll start at the top. The points, I believe, is 6. It says, Ephraim feedeth on wine. Ephraim goes back to you Puerto Ricans, which mean port. How you doing, man? Which goes back to the port of riches, man. You're from the tribe of Ephraim, which is the head tribe of the northern kingdom. Feedeth on wind, and the Ephraim, it represents the northern kingdom of Israel after the split of King Solomon. Okay? It says, and followeth after the east wind, he daily increaseth lies in desolation. So he daily increases lies and desolation. So Ephraim went off. When you start to learn about the northern kingdom, y'all were going off first under King Jeroboam. Jeroboam had you worshiping 2 calves, one in Bethel and one in Dan. That's why y'all so-called Latinos are wicked than a motherfucker, man. Okay? Y'all love the so-called white man more than anybody else in the world. I can't say that. But y'all are wicked, man. But it's because of the history. Once you get into the history, you understand why you had a longer stint of idolatry than the Southern Kingdom, which is the so-called Benjamites, Levites, and Judah, the Haitians, West Indians, and Negroes. Okay, predominantly that's where they are. Okay. So when you look into the history, you know, when you fell to the Assyrians, this is what Hosea is talking about, man. He's talking about y'all in that state after all the wickedness, man. So you daily increasing in lies and desolation, and you still daily increasing lies and desolation. You're constantly destroying yourself by not coming into this truth, because this truth is your healing, it's your ointment. Okay, this is what heals you, but you keep putting it off like something in this world, like Esau got the you trusting in his science or something is gonna heal you. That's not gonna heal you, man. As a matter of fact, you keep increasing in those lies, you're going to ultimately be destroyed because you keep trusting in this devil who's created to destroy you. Job told you that he's a physician of no value. Okay? Hosea 12:1, and they do make a covenant with the Assyrians, and oil is carried into Egypt. Yeah, you make a covenant with the Assyrians. The modern day Assyrians is Esau Edom. The modern day Assyrian. He's the modern day oppressor. Okay, Assyria is the kingdom that came in and took you down back in ancient times. Okay, but spiritually, you're still following that Assyrian, man. Okay, and oil is carried into Egypt, man. And oil is symbolic for your understanding of the scriptures. But you understand this place. You understand. You don't understand what's written in this book, man. The scriptures call you a silly dove. Okay? Talking about Ephraim. Hosea 12:2, the Lord Yahweh have also a controversy with Judah. Judah is the southern kingdom. How you doing today, sir? It's the southern kingdom, okay? He also has a controversy with you so-called African Americans out here, man. I think y'all are black. The Lord got black fatigue with y'all, man. He's tired of you, man. He's tired of you not stretching out his hand all the day long and you ain't listening. You even though you being smacked with the truth all the day long, man. You're being smacked with the truth, but you keep denying it, man. So he got a controversy with you. Okay? When you look into that, let's look into that word controversy. Okay, because when you look into words, you can get more understanding. And that's what our apostles and elders at Great Millstone taught us to do. Because you think it says rib or rib, okay, and it says a dispute, a controversy, a case at law. So you got charges, pending charges against you. You know how when you go to court, they set up a court date. You go to court, and they might postpone the court. Well, the law is just like that, man. He's like the judge, and you're the defendant. Okay, so he got a case with you, man. Okay, because you transgressed the law of the Heavenly Father. Okay, so he's sending out his prophets to warn you to repent, so these charges don't stick to you, man. He's giving you a chance to be pardoned, but you keep pulling the shoulder. Okay, let me grab that as a matter of fact, because we try our best to just come out the Bible, man. Pulling the shoulder, KJV. Zechariah chapter 7 and 11. But they refused to hearken and pulled away the shoulder and stopped their ears that they should not hear. Yeah, they didn't want to hear the rebuke. They didn't want to hear the reproof. Okay, they wanted to continue to walk in these lies, man. They wanted to continually be lied to. That's what y'all like to hear. That's why you go to church every Sunday, man, because you like lies. Grab that. Ezekiel. No, it's Isaiah Salakia. Isaiah 30. I always forget this precept. Isaiah chapter 30 I'll start at the top. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. Yeah, that's what you're doing. You adding sin to sin, man, by hearkening to the lies of Esau, Edom. Okay, increasing desolations. That's what's going to happen to you, destruction. That walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth. Yeah, you walk to go down into Egypt. Modern day Egypt is America. You came over here and you ain't asked the Heavenly Father, man. You're pretty much doing whatever the hell you want to do without the permission of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Don't you know He controls everything, man? He controls everything. So why not get right? To strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh. Pharaoh, the modern day Pharaoh, is the so-called white man. You strengthen yourself here. That's why you got bodegas and shit like that, man. You got 501c3 charters. You got churches up and down all throughout the hood. You ain't teaching the Bible properly. You lying, and you asking for change, man. And the so-called white man, he strengthens you in that, so you trust in him. Okay. And to trust in the shadow of Egypt, which is death. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame. Yeah, it's going to be your shame trusting in Pharaoh, man, because his shame's coming. This is a shameful spewing on his glory that we come out and tell you about his red ass and what he's doing all over the world. He just had the South African president, I believe, or prime minister, whatever the hell you want to call him. He was in your country, and Duck was showing him pictures of all these grave sites with you so-called white people, man. And he's calling it a white genocide. Okay? So everyone should be ashamed, right? How about we look at the numbers? Let's see who's really being genocide. Let's look at how many Africans got put to death during that apartheid and compare it to what you're accusing them of, and then we'll see who's lying. Okay? That's Esau. All right? He's the liar and the father of him. So you can't trust him. If it's a white genocide, just know that the so-called white man is lying to you, man. Ain't no damn white genocide. No, it's a so-called Israelite genocide that no one's talking about. Okay? All these crimes that he committed, he still got to pay for them, man. He's a fugitive and a vagabond. Okay? I don't want to get too far off track, but you got to go with the spirit. Isaiah 30. And verse 3, and trust in the shadow of Egypt, your confusion, man. This is Babylon. It's going to be your confusion. Because you're not going to understand why this place is deteriorated unless you have the proper understanding of the Bible. You're not going to understand why these things are coming to you, why your stores are running out of food, why you can't pay your bills, why you're losing your job, why Waymo's driving up and down, grafting your streets so he can take your Uber job away from you and your Lyft job away from you. Okay, all these jobs are going to be taken away. Even if you're a doctor, they're setting up these robotic doctors. So all you need to do is press a couple of buttons, and he'll put a right-sized device in your forehead or in your right hand, man. You ain't even got to talk to a human. Okay, so that's your future, man. All right, and you trust in that. And that's why you're going to be confused when the Lord returns and put your ass to death. Isaiah 30 and 4, for his princes were at Zoan, and his ambassadors came to Hanes. They were all ashamed of a people that could not profit them, nor be a help nor profit, but a shame and also a reproach. Exactly, you're going to be ashamed and also a reproach, okay? Especially when they start devouring you with this MOTB, man. When you start taking this device, that's Esau devouring you, okay? And you're going to be ashamed. He's going to be like, I thought you believed in God. Didn't you go to church every Sunday? Weren't you on the highways and hedges, or on the highways and the byways? Weren't you prophesying the downfall of Esau, Edom? Now look at you. You begging me for food. You're begging me to give you a MOTB in your right hand or your forehead. They might fuck with you. They're going to mock you. You're going to be a shame and a reproach. Okay? And these days are coming soon. And you got to prepare yourself for it, or you're going to just be destroyed. Isaiah 30 and 6, the burden of the beast of the south, into the land of trouble and anguish, from whence come the young and old lion, the viper, the fiery flying serpent, They will carry their riches upon the shoulders of young asses and their treasures upon the bunches of camels to a people that shall not profit them. Yeah, these people ain't gonna profit you, man. These Egyptians, they're not gonna profit you, man. The only thing, you're selling yourself for naught. You're trimming your ways to seek love. Why are you doing that, man? When you got the Most High, that's your God, that's your power, man. You can reconnect. He's opening his hand. He's teaching you his laws. That's how you can please him. That's how you worship him. You don't worship him by just in falsehoods, man. You worship him by keeping his commandments to the best of your ability. He understands that you're in captivity. He understands Esau, Edom is in rulership right now. And it don't look good. Okay? You're just finding out that those of you who drink Red Bull and all that other shit, there's taurine in it. It's causing blood cancer, man. And there's many other things that you're consuming on a daily basis that's putting you to death. Okay, so why not make it calling an election sure in the last days? The whole world's getting tired of this devil, man. I'm sick of him. I'm done with him, man. I'm tired of this fucking devil, man. You get put to death. When I think about Esau, man, fuck him, man. He's about to come down with great wrath because you know he got a short time left. What you gonna do? You gonna be scared? You ain't got a choice, man. Whatever the Spirit puts, whatever the Lord puts on you, man, you're gonna have to deal with it. I just hope the Lord give me a warrior spirit, and who knows, maybe I can take one of them out on the way out if I gotta go. I don't know. I don't know my lot, man. I'm just doing what I think the Lord wants me to do. I'm trusting in the Lord, and you should too. Isaiah 30:7, for the Egyptians shall help in vain. Yeah, they're going to help you in vain. Vanity is emptiness. It's nothing, man. They can't do nothing to save you, man. You trusting in Egypt, they can't do nothing. The Lord's bringing all this judgment, all these tribulations. The only thing you can do is return and repent. And with great fear and trembling, diligently seek him, man. Because you're going to recognize when you start to understand these laws that, damn, man, I've been going off since I was born, man. I was literally born into sin. Okay, I forgot what's his name, had an album called that, man. Born Sinner, man. That's ultimately what it was. Okay? And we sinned a long time ago, and according to Micah 7:9, we got to bear that indignation. And we hope the Lord, through his chastisements, he don't destroy us. Okay, because we seek salvation. We're prisoners of hope. Isaiah 30:7, and to no purpose, therefore have I cried concerning this. Their strength is to sit still. Okay, that's your strength, man. Now go, write it before them in a table and note it in a book, that it may be for the time to come forever and ever. Yeah, it's written, man. Okay, Habakkuk said, don't, Terry, wait for it. How you doing, brother? You have a wonderful day, all right? Okay, you too. All right? Write it in a book. Isaiah 30:9, that this is a rebellious house, a rebellious people. Salakia is talking about you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Y'all are rebellious. Okay? Not just to Esau, Edom, because he turned you into a damn experiment, but you're ultimately rebellious to the Most High. You're rebellion against government, laws of the government. Ultimately, it's your rebellion against the Most High. He sets up this government. He sets up the basis of men. If you don't want this devil ruling over you, then hey, fight for your life. Don't cry to the Lord. And he's going to do exactly what he did, or somewhat, a miraculous salvation like he did in ancient Egypt. How you doing? How you doing, brother? How you doing? Bus driver, man. He's going to do the same thing, man. There's going to be another miraculous salvation out of Egypt, man. And we just hope to make our calling an election sure. And provoke those to do the same. Isaiah 30:8. Verse 9, Salakia, that this is a rebellious house, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord. Yeah, you're not going to hear the law of the Lord, man. Rebellion, man. So he got a controversy with you. All right? Just like when you break Esau's laws, what does he do? He sets a warrant out for your arrest, sends you to court, gives you a judgment, puts you to jail. But see, we got something else coming to us, man. This is the last day, so you don't want to hear the law of the Lord. You're not going to know what to do when the time comes, and the Lord's just going to judge you, man. Ultimately with death. You want to make your calling and election sure. You want to be worthy of salvation. Okay? Isaiah chapter 30, verse 9, that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord. Yeah, children that will not hear the law of the Lord. How you doing, young man? Come here. How you doing, brother? What's your nationality? Yeah, no, what's your nationality?
I don't know.
Are you Puerto Rican?
No, I'm a Nigerian.
You're Nigerian? Well, you an Israelite, brother.
Right.
You read the Bible?
Yeah, sometimes. Not all the time.
You're an Israelite, brother. Probably from the tribe of Judah, man. That's it, brother. You can go enjoy your day. Be good. You're welcome, brother. You're welcome. Oh, man, that's definitely a Jake. That's an Israelite indeed. Isaiah 30 and 9, that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits. Yeah, don't tell us about Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai, man. We don't want to hear the Paleo Hebrew, man. We don't want to hear that Revelation 1 breakdown that y'all always bring out. God is every color. That's what y'all think, man. Get backwards. Okay? Prophesy smooth things. I'm going to get rich. My next scratch ticket, I'm going to hit, and I'm going to move out the hood, and I can live next to all white people. I can go live next to Taylor Swift, and then she's going to eat you. She just got found with a fucking leg, different body parts around our house, man. And guess what? All these Edomites in the suburbs got your bones in their front and backyard because they lack melanin. Okay, they need to eat your liver. They lack, man. And that's the curse, man. The whole world, like the sun is against them. Everything about this world hates them, man. The sharks hate them, the bugs. Someone just, I forgot where, I think someone just had triple E, a mosquito. I forgot what country it was. It was the first, I think somewhere in the UK. Let me double check. So how the fuck, and who did it get? Did it get one of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans? This is the Lord, man. A mosquito, spirit for vengeance, man. I think triple E in UK, I think it was. Let me see. I forgot what country it was. First mosquito disease in the UK. I don't even know how to, West Nile virus, one day ago. West Nile virus found in UK mosquitoes for the first time. Let's grab it, man. For the first time, man. The virus identified in 2 samples of the Aedes vexin species of mosquito collected in July 2023 from the wetlands on the River Idle near Gamston in Nottinghamshire. No, it says genetic fragments of the West Nile virus have been detected in mosquitoes in the UK for the first time during a national surveillance program. So look at that, man. How the fuck did that get over there, man? That's something we get over here in America. We get a couple of deaths every now and again from it. Every year, man, someone dies from that. Now it's in the UK, man. So that's just going to show you, man, the Lord is tired of this damn devil, man. He's getting plagued. Isaiah 30 and 10, which say to the seers of prophets, see not, yeah, we don't want to hear the prophecy, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things. Yeah, don't tell us the right things. Don't tell us what it means. I don't want to go into Hebrew and tell me what the stigma is. No, just keep it simple in English. We don't want to hear it in Hebrew, man. Come on. Prophesy unto us not right things, man. That's y'all. Speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits. Get ye out of the way, turn aside out of the path. Cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. Yeah, stop talking about the Lord. Okay, stop talking about him. It ain't resonating with us, man. Okay? It's not. Let me grab this in Isaiah 33. Isaiah 33 in verse 14. The sinners in Zion are afraid. Fearfulness have surprised the hypocrites. Yeah, you're a hypocrite. You're an actor. You walk around, you look like you're religious. You got a Bible on your dashboard. You have a crucifix on your chain. You got Caesar Borgia on for a tattoo on your back. By the way, tattoos cause lymphoma disease, so you might want to watch out for that, man. They said most of the people who come in with lymphoma disease because y'all have tattoos. And guess what? The law tells you not to put any marks on your skin. So keeping the law is a good thing. Listening to the Lord can save your life. Okay? Let me grab that in the book of Hosea. No. No, not Hosea. Let me finish this, and I'm going to jump to Baruch. Isaiah 33 and 14, the sinners in Zion are afraid. Filthiness have surprised the hypocrites. Yeah, that's why you're afraid, man. When you hear about these judgments, it cuts you so deep to the heart, you know you're going to be destroyed. Who among us shall dwell with the devouring fire? Yeah, the Lord is a consuming fire. Who among us is going to get burnt up, man? We're going to find out. Who among us shall dwell with everlasting burnings? Yeah, who's going to feel the wrath of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua? Okay? That's what this word does to you, man. Let me grab this in Baruch, chapter 4 and 1. This is the book of the commandments of God and the law that endureth forever. Yeah, so this law endures forever. So when someone tells you that the law is done away with, hey, they ain't telling you the truth. They lying to you. All they that keep it shall come to life. You keep the law, you're going to come to life. Okay? But such as leave it shall die. So you're going to die if you don't. Okay? You're going to die if you don't. Let's go to the book of Hebrews chapter 4. Hebrews chapter 4 and verse number 12. For the word of God is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart. So this word, it cuts you down deep, man. It cuts your spirit, okay? And that's what you get scared about, man. That's why you don't want to hear the words of the Lord. But we're here to cut you, okay? And we're here to cut you real deep. All right? And then when it manifests, when the Lord, Yahweh Shai, comes back and returns, He's going to just put you in the powder, man. Okay? When you see the glory of the Lord, you're not going to be rejoicing in that day. Okay? Because He's here to destroy you. You've been praying to some false god thinking it's Him. Well, you could have repented. You could have learned about the Lord instead of watching these stupid ass videos all day. Because we know folly set in great dignity. This word is the unicorn, and you're supposed to be edifying the church. Okay, you're supposed to be teaching them the words of God, man. You're supposed to be using this Esau as technology for folly. All right? You're supposed to use it to condemn his red ass, man. That his system's gonna crash. Okay? How you doing today, sir? You have a wonderful day. See, they don't hear the words of the Lord. you're going to hear it anyway. Proverbs chapter 18, verse 14, the spirit of a man will sustain his infirmity, but a wounded spirit who can bear? Yeah, if you wounded in the spirit, man, you can't bear it, man. Okay? Your spirit shall sustain your infirmities. You're about to go through a lot, man. You're going to need your spirit to be intact. You need to be stably, you need to be stable, or you're going to fall. Okay? So it's good to get cut so you can heal and get right. But for the wicked, man, this is going to cut you and then you're going to run. Okay? You probably didn't even hear me because Isaiah 69, but he was like a ghost walking straight face. He didn't know what. And then a little kid came by and inquired of the Lord. He might have got blessed today, man, just for that little step, little talk. Who am I? I'm 9-0 from the tribe of Judah. They preaching the word, kept it moving. That little bit of inquiring, man. I've seen people not say nothing and almost get hit by a car, man. That can go a long way. Little kids. And then a grown-ass man walk by the altar. He don't fucking say a damn word, man. He don't say nothing, man. So we're going to see what's going to happen to you. We're going to see what his outcome's going to be. Okay? Am I done with that? I think so. Let's go back to Hosea 12:2. The Lord have also a controversy with Judah and will punish Jacob according to his ways, according to his doings will he recompense him. So you're going to get recompense for the things that you do. He took his brother by the heel in the womb, and by his strength he had power with God. Yeah, he took his brother by the heel in the womb. Okay? You can learn about that. He said he did it in the womb. Okay? And when Esau came out, Jacob's hand to hold the heel of Esau, but in Hosea, he said his hand was on his heel in the womb. So we were on your ass even in the womb, Esau. Okay? That's Jake. And by his strength, he had power with the Most High. So by his strength, he had power with the Most High. That's the only way you're going to defeat an angel, man. Yea, he had power over the angel. So this is showing you it wasn't just a man like Genesis the 32nd chapter says. And prevailed. He wept and made supplication unto him. He found him in Bethel. And there he spake with us. Yeah, he found him in Bethel. Okay? Even the Lord, Yahweh, power of hosts, the Lord is his memorial. Therefore turn thou to thy God, keep mercy and judgment, and wait on thy God continually. So you're supposed to wait on him. Okay? Actually, matter of fact, am I done? Let's keep going. How you doing today, young man? Hosea 12 and verse 7. He is a merchant. The balances of the sea are in his hand. He loveth to oppress. And that's what you were doing to your own people. Ephraim, man. You're oppressing your own people, man. Living luxurious. People were trying to get you to repent. It didn't happen. What happened? The Lord allowed the Assyrians to come in there and fuck you over. And the same thing is going to happen to the whole nation of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You don't want to come back to the words of God. You don't want to come back to keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, your true nationality, believing on how the words are written in the book. Then you're going to fall by the sword. Hosea 12:8, Ephraim said, yet I am become rich. I have found me out substance. In all my labors they shall find none iniquity in me that were sin. Yeah. You think you rich here, man. You comfortable. And that I am the Lord thy God from the land of Egypt will yet make thee to dwell in tabernacles as in the days of the solemn feast. I have also spoken by the prophets, and I have multiplied visions and used similitudes by the ministry of the prophets. Yeah, so that's how the Lord speaks, by the prophets. Okay, and you're not listening. So you're going to get all these things that you don't want to hear. They're going to come to you. Okay? That's just what it is. Genesis chapter 32. Let me finish this up. Genesis 32 in verse 25, and when he saw that he prevailed not against him, he touched the hollow of his thigh, and the hollow of Jacob's thigh was out of joint as he wrestled with him. And he said, let me go, for the day breaketh. And he said, I will not let thee go, except thou bless me. So he's saying this to an angel. Okay, he's saying, I'm not going to let you go. Okay, until thou bless me, man. Hey, and that's how we're going to be with this word, man. We're going to cleave on, we're going to cleave unto the angel, man. The messengers. Okay, the prophets of and elders of great millstone, man. Until, hey, man, because they cleave unto the Lord as they cleave to the Lord. Just like Paul said, cleave unto me as I cleave unto Yahweh Shai. Oh, follow me. Something like that. Let me grab that. 1 Corinthians 11:1. Be ye followers of me, even as I also am of Hamashiach. Yeah, so we believe the apostles and elders at Great Millstone are cleaving unto Yahweh Shai through the doctrine. Okay, so we're going to be cleaving unto them as they cleave unto Yahweh Shai. Okay, because he speaks through his prophets. That's how it is. Okay, 1 Corinthians chapter 4. In verse 9, for I think that the Heavenly Father have set forth us, the apostles last, as it were approved to death. For we are made a spectacle unto the world, and to angels, and to men. Yeah, so he sent forth his apostles last. In these last days, look who he set up to be that beacon of light. Okay, and you got to cleave. You got to cleave, man. It's that simple. Not everybody's cleaving, man. They can only hold on for so long, then you scoff and talking shit. Isaiah 14:1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. Yeah, so the Lord's going to choose Israel again like he did from the beginning and set them in their own land. He's going to put them in their land. That's the prophecy. And the strangers shall be joined with them. Who? Those who are cleaving to Yahweh Shai, man. Okay? Strangers are those who don't know, got the Israelites. Okay? They weren't born in the land. Okay? They're still outside of the land. They don't know their customs, that they're coming into remembrance, like it says in the book of Jude. Okay? Let me grab that. Jude, verse 5. I will therefore put you in remembrance, though ye once knew this. You once knew you were an Israelite. How that the Lord, having saved the people out of the land of Egypt, afterward destroyed them that believed not. Yeah, so you understood that you were saved out of Egypt. Everyone knew the God of Egypt once he took down Pharaoh. Okay? Even, what's her name? What's her name? I don't know what her name is. I can't think of it. I think it's in the book of Joshua. The book of Joshua, chapter 2. Rahab, man. Joshua chapter 2, in verse 7, and the men pursued after them the way to Jordan unto the fords, and as soon as they which pursued after them were gone out, they shut the gate. And before they were laid down, she came up unto them upon the roof, and she said unto the men, I know that the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai have given you the land, and that your terror is fallen upon us, and that all the inhabitants of the land faint because of you. So she understood the salvation of Egypt. She understood the battles that we were going to win, man. She understood all these things, that the Lord was dealing with the nation of Israel. Okay? Joshua 2:10, for we have heard how the Lord dried up the water of the Red Sea for you when ye came out of Egypt, and what ye did unto the two kings of the Amorites that were on the other side of Jordan, Sihon and Og, whom ye utterly destroyed. And as soon as we heard these things, our hearts did melt. Neither did there remain any more courage in any man because of you. For the Lord Yahweh, your power, he is the God in heaven above and in earth beneath. So he's the God of it all. So Rahab understood this, but you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans don't understand that. Okay? And you once knew this, just like the rest of these heathen nations. Actually, they do know it, according to Psalms 83. And they're just really confederate against you. Let's read it. Psalms 83 and 1, keep not thou silence, O power, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation. The name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. So these heathen nations have worked together to cut you off from being a nation. Okay, that's why you call yourselves Latina, X. You know, I don't know what you Native Americans call yourselves now, but it's not what the Lord calls you. You're not calling yourself from your respective tribes. Okay? You're being called something outside of your name. You're being called a proverb, a byword. Okay? Everything outside of the name of Yasharallah, which is Israel in the Paleo Hebrew, which means Prince of the Power. Okay? So, you once knew this. Isaiah 14 and 1 in the middle, and the strangers shall be joined with them. I went into this word strangers before in Ezekiel 47, but it's good to meet it up again. Ezekiel 47 and 21. So shall ye divide this land unto you according to the tribes of Israel. So the land has been divided according to the tribes of Israel. And it shall come to pass that ye shall divide it by lot for an inheritance unto you. So every tribe has a allotted land, a heritage is a part of their inheritance in the land of Israel. Okay? Unto you, and to the strangers that sojourn among you, which shall beget children among you, and they shall be unto you as born in the country among the children of Israel. So these strangers that sojourn among you, we're sojourning right now in America. Well, through our descendants, we are Israelites, man. We have a heritage, we have a land, we have everything. If someone takes your land and your house that was given to you by the Most High God, you should be mad about that. The Lord took it away from you because of your disobedience in Deuteronomy the 28th chapter, Leviticus the 26th chapter. Hey, he told you, gave you the contract. You didn't want to follow it, so he took away your land. And now you got to go to your enemies for the want of all things. Just like he said he was going to do it. Okay? Ezekiel 47 and verse 22. And it shall come to pass that ye shall divide it by lot for an inheritance unto you, and to the strangers that sojourn among you, which shall beget children among you. So even your children, hey, they got an inheritance to that land too. Okay? And they shall be unto you as born in the country among the children of Israel, just like Moses. Moses had a son named Gershom, all right, in Midian. Okay? He wasn't born in the land. But guess what? He still got, well, the Levites didn't have an inheritance, but he's still an Israelite. Okay? The inheritance was the Most High. Okay? And they had spaces for those in every part of the country. Okay? The Lord was going to take care of them, ultimately. But let's say another tribe, if you're from the tribe of Judah, and you have a son, they got allotted land to them. And it's not where Amalek gave those Hebrews who went in over there to the land in the 1990s, I believe, by that nuclear site. Okay? Well, I don't know where that nuclear site is, but it probably ain't where Judah is. Okay? Even if they are Judah, I don't know. They're supposed to go to their land, not whatever land Amalek wants them to go to, that he allotted for them. The scriptures tell you can't change the landmarks, man. Okay, let me put landmark. Deuteronomy 19:14, thou shalt not remove thy neighbor's landmark, which they of old time have set in thine inheritance, which thou shalt inherit in the land that the Lord thy God giveth thee to possess it. So he was telling the Israelites not to do that. So why is Amalek doing that? Maybe because he's not the people. Deuteronomy 27:17, cursed be he that removeth his neighbor's landmark, and all the people shall say amen. Let it be true, yeah. Cursed be he that removeth his neighbor's landmark. He removed all the landmarks. So how cursed is Esau? Job 24:2, some remove the landmarks. They violently take away flocks and feed thereof. That's Job. He said he wouldn't even have them next to his flock. Okay? And he's telling you that you remove the landmarks. Proverbs 22:28, remove not the ancient landmark which thy fathers have set. Exactly, and he removed that. He set himself in there. How the fuck did Ishmael get in there? How did they get in there? How did they get to Gaza Strip, man? That don't belong to them, man. I believe that's Manasseh's land. I'm not sure. You got to look at the map. Okay? That's their land. Okay? Proverbs 23:10, remove not the old landmark and enter not into the fields of the fatherless. And that's what he's been doing, man. That's what he's been doing, and he continues to do that. And who's more fatherless than you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man? You literally are suffering the curses of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, where it tells you that you're going to leave your son. Let me grab this. Deuteronomy 28, verse 37, and thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee. Wherever you go, you're going to... These are some of the curses to show you that, you're an Israelite. Thou shalt beget sons, Deuteronomy 28:41, thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity. And you still begetting sons and daughters, and you can't enjoy them. Majority of them are going to turn into homosexuals. Majority of them are going to turn into demons, ultimately. You don't want to enjoy that if you're righteous. You can't enjoy that. And it's really not your fault. You can't train them up in a proper understanding in the Lord. They gotta go to Esau, and he's a profane person. So what is he teaching your kids? Profanity. Okay? He's not a plain man like Jacob, man. Okay? Deuteronomy 28:42, all thy trees and fruit of thy land shall the locust consume. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. And that's what you're doing. You're coming down very low. Okay? And these strangers, they come into the country, and what do? They're way higher than you. Okay? They're making money, man. They're setting up businesses easily, getting loans easily. Here's a house, man. There you go. Here's a corner store. There you go. But for you get nothing, man. Deuteronomy 28:44. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. That's what you are, man. You're the damn tail. You're the damn tail, man. You're the damn tail, man. And Esau's the head. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28:45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and the statutes which he commanded thee. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. So these are the signs, man, to see if you Israel or not, man. You should be getting persecuted, afflicted. Persecution, man, suffering. Okay? And that's just some of the signs. But the Lord can be setting you up too. Okay? All we care about is the elect of Israel, man. That's it. Deuteronomy 28:47, because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things. That's what you're supposed to do. Serve the Lord with joyfulness. Okay? You should be rejoicing. Okay? This is a rejoiceful thing that we're doing here, man. We're rejoicing in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua because we know he gave us the victory. Lord's will we be a part of that number, but even if you're not, if you're Israel, hey, man, you already won. You got an everlasting kingdom coming to you. Okay? Deuteronomy 28:48, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in the want of all things. Don't you got to go to the so-called white man for everything? Or these other heathen nations to get the things that you need? You got to go for the want of all things, man. You need clothes, you need water. Let's see what else you need in the book of Ecclesiasticus. I didn't even get the point. Oh, it's a 54. So let me grab this. I'm just reading the Bible, though, man. I'm just reading the Bible. Ecclesiastes 39 and 26. The principal things for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, and salt, flour, wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape, and oil, and clothing. And where do you get all these things from? Get it from the so-called white man. He owns all the resources, man. You might be able to put it in a box and put your name on the front of it, but you got to go to him for the one of all things. You need a loan, you got to go to him. Anyways, you're not supposed to be charging any Israelite usury, but he would know this if he was following the Bible, but he doesn't. He's the wicked, man. He's the wicked. Sirach 39 and 27. All these things are for good to the godly. So to the sinners they are turned into evil. Okay? Yeah, they turn into evil, man. You can use fire to cook, water to drink, or you can drown in water. You can get burnt with fire. Okay? This oil, which is the understanding of this Bible, it's a two-edged sword, man. Okay, it can build you up or it can break you down. And that's what he's been doing with this. He's been using this oil against you. But see, now the Lord allowed those who have understanding, hey, to prosper in this thing. He's allowing his elect to keep getting stronger and stronger in the spirit. Okay? And that's what we're constantly trying to do. Instead of trying to be more occupied in this world, man, this world's passing away every day, man. This world's perishing. Hopefully I finished Ezekiel the 47th chapter. I'm all over the place. Ezekiel 47 and verse 23, and it shall come to pass that in what tribe the stranger sojourneth, there shall ye give him his inheritance, saith the Lord Yahweh. Yeah, so whatever tribe you're from, hey, you have an inheritance, man. Isaiah 14 and 1 at the end, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And this is what we're cleaving to. Okay? The house of Jacob. All right? Saying, we're Israel, we're Jacob, we're descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Not these heathen. Okay? Israelites, man. These blessings belong to us. Okay? And it is what it is. Isaiah 14 and 2, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. Exactly, they shall rule over their oppressors. Who's oppressing you, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans? Ask me that question. And who's oppressing the so-called white man? According to Duck, you South Africans are. Okay? But like I said, look at the numbers and then we can determine who is being oppressed. Okay? It's the book of Numbers, chapter 35 and verse 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. So a couple white people get put to death in South Africa. Now it's a genocide. But when he was slaughtering you with the sword, it's manifest destiny. That's the hypocrisy of the so-called white man. Okay? Job chapter 20 and verse 3, I have heard the check of my reproach, and the spirit of my understanding causeth me to answer. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the triumphant of the wicked is short and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. Yeah, Esau, you're a hypocrite, man. He's acting like he actually keeps the laws, like he's holy, like he's righteous, like he's the saint. He's not. The saints of the Israelites, those that made a covenant by sacrifice. And Esau, Edom was not the nation who did that. The Israelites did. Okay? Though his excellency mount up to heaven and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? So there's going to be a time where you're going to perish forever. There's going to be a nation that's never going to return from, you're out of here, man. And the more and more we see these other nations getting roused up, we're starting to see your fall, Esau. Because we're starting to see that they're starting to see who you really are, man. The devil. The adversary. Can't do right, can't get right. Most perverse. Most base. And that's why you're going to be most desolate. You're the most low. But you claim to be the opposite. And the Lord's going to show you in these last days. Okay? Did I finish that in Deuteronomy? Let me grab that. Deuteronomy 28, verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children which he shall leave. And that's to the fatherless. Okay? That's what it's talking about, man. That's why you fatherless, man. Because you're facing the curses in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, for the sins that you committed in your past lives. Okay? And we're still under subjection. Still to this day. This is the book of Baruch, chapter 3, and verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our God. Yeah, man. So it's like it's just a generational curses, man. We got to break them. Okay, and the elect, they're going to do it, man. They're going to follow these laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of their ability. Not keep following in the traditions of men. Like our rest of our families, man. Coming out of that drunken state. Thinking the so-called white man is holy in some type of way, man. Look at his works. You can tell that he's not who he says he is, man. Very simple, very easy to do the math. Okay? Very simple, man. This is the book of Job, chapter 9. In verse 24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So, who covered the faces of the judge, man? Who covered the face of the Most High? Or his son, Yahushua? Who did that? Esau. Book of Daniel, chapter 7. Verse 9, I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit. It's talking about the Most High, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. So he got a pure woolly hair, man. How you doing, man? How you doing, brother? How you doing? You doing good, man?
Yeah, y'all work.
You go. Hey, good shit, man. You working now?
Yeah.
That's good shit, brother. Good to see you. His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. As the fire stream issued, he came forth from before him. Thousands ministered unto him, and 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. The judgment was set, and the books were opened. I beheld then, because the voice of the great words which the horn spake, I beheld even till the beast was slain, and his body destroyed, and given to the burning flame. So you don't even see this place being destroyed, man. The Ancient Days got pure woolly hair, just like the sun, just like in Revelation, the first chapter. Esau don't fit those curses. He don't fit what's written in the book, man. He just here lying to you, man. That's all he is, man. He's a liar. Okay? This book of John, I'm gonna end it right here. Chapter 7, verse 38. He that believeth on me, as the scriptures have said, out of his belly shall flow Rivers of living water. Yeah, so you believe on Yahweh Shah Mashiach, as the scriptures have said. You know, he come in the volume of the book. So this is how you gotta believe as the scriptures have said, man. Pure woolly hair, not goat hair like Esau, man. Okay? You gotta believe as the scriptures have said, or you lack understanding, man. Or you following something else. Or you ultimately you're offended, or hey, you just say hey, you ain't the Lord's sheep. If you don't trust in what the scripture said. But I'm gonna end it right there. Lord's will that was edifying. I'm gonna give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechak Wadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders. Shalom, Abba Ball, Kwam Yasharala.